Hello everyone, we're back again with another one. I hope you are having a great time. So we're back again on BTC on market updates and what we're anticipating from the market from a technical standpoint and also the whole general market insight. So as you already know, last week we talked about this whole action that is going on in the market. We talked about the whole fundamentals and also the whole decline that was happening. We talked about breaking out of this whole pattern that we had already. There was a parallel channel that we're broken and we're anticipating what? A reaction down to 56,000 region, 55,000 region. And also what this actually happened in the market. So now what we're anticipating in the market, we are going to dissect the market in more detail, so what we can see from price action points and also from a technical point, that what we can dive in, and also what we can, the game plan on what we can approach from the BTC and what we can take from the market so far as what is going on in the market. So as you already know, let's go down to like a bigger time frame, so we can have a lot more details on price action and what is happening actually. So as you already know, what we had we had a strong level around 60,000 region, which is this level, and what we broke above it, and what we test that level, and what we had so my concern is this: we had this whole structural breakdown, we had this decline in the market. As you can already notice from what is happening actually, there's very literally the buyers are not stepping into the market. That's like one of the things that I'm really concerned about when it comes to being bullish on BTC, or actually BTC in general. It's like still to this moment we are not seeing any sign of bias in the market. That means the sellers are very strong in the market, and when we anticipate a breakout, we'll usually see a reaction from the buyers stepping in the market. Even if they are not strong, you can see some resistance from them, but it's like they're just watching from the sideline. So that means the buyers are literally out of the market, and you can see from the whole decline was just straight up. So there was little less buyers in the market stepping in the market. And also a concern thing about this whole price action that's been going on is like that we have an inside bar at this region, as you already know. Now let me clear this up so that we can have a little bit more detailed price action. So if we get down here, right, so back on the chart, right, this is a clean chart. So as you already know from a daily time frame, right, we already had this top, right, this is like a, if you already, this was like a previous all-time high that was taken out, and what we had a recent all-time high. So we had this whole decline, and this whole decline, what we had an inside bar that is actually approaching the market. So if we go down to the weekly time frame, so we can have a bigger, more time frame detail of price action of what's going on really in the market. So you can see that what we had this whole strong level, right? We had this the recent all-time high, I guess the tricep all-time high. I mean, so yeah, we had this all-time high, we took it out, right? And what after we took it out, then we had this all-time high that was taken out also again. So looking at it, if we go down to daily time frame, right, from a price action point, this is like a double top that was formed at this level, right? And also if we went back up again to the weekly time frame, what my concern and why I was concerned about the buyers not stepping into the market is this: now we have 2 days coming in. The weekly candle will be closing in the next 2 coming days. So what I'm concerned is this: if this candle really closes below 60,000, right, that means this is a whole bearish engulfing. As you already know, this is a straight big bearish engulfing on a bigger time frame. That means a bearish engulfing is a sign of what? It's a sign of whole decline that we're gonna have in the market. So what I'm concerned is this: if this market closes in the next 2 coming days, that means if we go back to the daily time frame, in the next coming days it closes still below 60,000 region. That means the bears are still strong in the market, and that means that this 56,000 region might not hold, and 55,000 region may not actually hold. So the game plan is this, right? Now if we dissect it into more like a broad detailed price action, right, looking at it like this, when you look at it like this, right, you can see from here what we have a whole stronger like a parallel channel also again, which was similarly happening that occurred recently earlier. So what happened was we had this whole parallel channel again at this region. So I don't know if you respectfully, usually we had the first touch, and now what is concerned is like we have a double top here. Now that's a big concern from a price action point, and the whole structure was like a recent all-time high, we took it out. So this is a strong sign of whole decline, and we are not seeing any reaction from the buyers. The buyers are literally out of the market. You can see they're just not in the market. And we had an inside bar, and this inside bar is a candlestick of concern, because of an inside bar actually is a continuation pattern. So usually whenever there is an inside bar especially on the bigger time frame. It's a continuation pattern. So what I'm concerned is this: we have if this is a double top, right? What then? This region, 60,000 region, is a strong resistance level which we have broken. So now my concern is this, right? Let's make it look like this. And also what? So now what is happening is this also. If you look at it in more broad detail, right? What is happening is what? The buyers are not stepping in the market. We have already tapped at 56,000 region, 55,000 region. But what is happening? We are not seeing any reaction from the buyers in the market. So what I'm concerned is this: if by the next 2 coming days from the weekly time frame, as you already see, we haven't, the market is still bearish the market hasn't reached above 60,000 region. That means this whole candle has become a complete bearish engulfing. And now if this is a whole bearish engulfing, now that's a concern for BTC, obviously. So what are we gonna anticipate? The whole game plan should be this then. If this is an actioning level, this is the whole bearish double top, then what? We're gonna have a retest. Then we can have a retest. The first game plan should be this: if the buyers haven't stepped in the next 2 coming days, that means in the next two candles that are popping up still haven't broke above 60,000 region, that means we're gonna tap. Then the next candle, the next weekly candle, might tap around this region. Actually might not tap, will tap around. Let's make it like an absolute sentence. It will tap around 60,000 region. So if we tapped at 60,000 region, if you notice also, there's what? There is a strong clean bearish order block. That inside bar is a strong bearish order block. If you're familiar with order blocks or mitigation blocks, this is a strong bearish block. So what? 60,000 region, what should be a strong resistance level. Now if we, in the next 2 days, keep that in mind. The game plan is this: the next 2 daily candles that is coming up after the closing of the weekly candle, and what haven't broke above 60,000 region, that means this has become a whole bearish engulfing in a weekly time frame. And what, on a pattern level, this is a whole double top, at a regional double top. Keep that in mind. So what was going to happen is what? We're going to tap at 60,000 region. After we tap at 60,000 region, then we're going to decline, and we're going to what? We're going to sell off down to what? We're going to sell off down to 50,000, or down to let's say we're going to tap at this region. So we're going to tap at 52,000 region. So what? The next target level that we're anticipating from our whole game plan is what? We're anticipating to tap down to what? 52,000 region. So this is our next stop after the next 2 daily candlestick. Or the next 2 bearish. If for the next 2 bearish candle couldn't go above 60,000 region, that means 60,000 will be a strong support level, a strong resistance level, and we're going to tap below it. Now the next game plan is this: if you're looking for someone who's looking to like a long on BTC, right? Your whole game plan should be this. This is why you should be very careful about buying the dip currently in the market. And also what we interpret the market and how it is, not how we want it to be, obviously. So the next whole game plan should be what? We tapped. If the next 2 daily candlesticks, right? I mean the next 2, not the weekly, the next 2 daily candle closes above 60,000. Now that's a good news for BTC. That means if it closes above 60,000, that means the next game plan should be what? Then the next bearish candle, the next candle coming up, we can tap at 60,000 as our what? But what you have to make sure we have broke above 60,000. Then we can tap 60,000 as what? As a strong support level. And what 60,000 should be our buying point, and what we can aim to go higher in the market, and we can anticipate a more stronger bullish leg. So that being said, now you have a whole 2 game plan. What if the next 2 daily candlesticks closes bearish, and what we have a whole weekly bearish engulfing? That means 60,000 will be our retest region. We can tap it and we can go down to 52,000 region. But if in the next 2 days BTC broke above 60,000 region, then we will definitely come back to 60,000 to test that level before we can pop up. So I'm very skeptical, and I don't like to get in and buying the dip on some. I like to have a proven strategy or proven plan before I long in into BTC. And you should, as a smart investor, you need to make sure whatever you are getting into, you are getting in with the right plan, and you're getting with the right approach. You're not just trying to blindly buying the dip or whatever it is. I hope this video was quite helpful, and also you guys took an insight on what I'm seeing on BTC and from a technical point out actually. And there's also, guys, like the fucking video, like the video, and also subscribe to the channel. And also we have a free Discord group, guys. Make sure you guys check that Discord group. We have a free group where we discuss about whole market, we give insight on the market, we give trading signals from a spot and also altcoins, because without this bloodbath going on BTC, there's still a lot of pumping that is going on the altcoins. So guys, check the link on the description. Also like the fucking video. Sorry, I mean, again, I like to curse, but yeah, thank you. I hope you have a wonderful time.